So the story begins with Shin, a high school girl who never steps out of the house. In the very first scene, when she looks out of the window, she sees red lines on people's heads. Scared of these, she immediately closes the window. It is revealed that she used to see red lines since childhood. She was confused about them earlier, but then she drew the same lines on her family picture as well. One such line was also connecting her dad and her aunt. Her mother went mad on seeing this, and she stomped Shin's dad and killed him. That day, Shin realized that these lines are very dangerous. She wanted to get out of the curse of seeing these lines. But whenever she would step out, she would see these lines on everyone's heads. Some had less lines on their heads, and some had more. As time passed, she realized that these lines show the physical relations of a person. The more relations a person has, the more lines he has on his head. That's why she named these lines as S-lines. She did not want to see these lines. That is why she tried to end her life many times. But whenever she did so, she would come alive like a miracle. Finally, to avoid seeing these lines, she started wearing dark glasses and stopped leaving the house. Staying at home, she started on this mission to know why she was chosen to see these lines and what kind of curse, what kind of alcohol is this that does not even let her die. Now, one day Shin looks out of the window. A new girl had come to live in the building opposite to hers, who waves her hand towards Shin as soon as she sees him, and Shin gets scared after seeing too many red lines on her head and closes the window. That girl feels a little strange. The same girl comes to Shin's house after some time, but Shin does not open the door, so she keeps some fruits outside his house, which Shin picks up after a while and eats as if she has been hungry for a long time. Now the scenes are cut. We're shown a new character, Sion, in school, whose classmate one was bullying her along with other people. She hangs down from the roof and says that if you don't bring us money tomorrow, I will throw you off the roof. The reason for Shaun's fear was her absence of a family. She used to live with her uncle Hanjiwak, who is a detective. That's why he never gave much time to Shaun, and at this time also he is investigating a murder case. The report of the murder case is also shown on TV. The killer of this case was being told to be a helmet man. Shin was surprised that the helmet man she was seeing on TV had only one S-line on his head, and this was rarely seen. Shockingly, the next day that helmet man comes to her new neighbor's house in the building opposite to hers, and Jean calls the foreign police thinking him to be the killer. But when she realizes that he is her neighbor's friend, she cuts the call. In the morning, Han is told about his call that a girl had called and told him about the helmet man. Han is given the address of that girl, and he finds out that Shin lives in the building opposite to Han's. When Han goes to her house and knocks on her door, Shin gets so scared seeing many slits on her head that they hide inside the house. Han keeps knocking the door for a long time. Then Shin's neighbor tells him that it is of no use. She will not open the door. Han knocks again and tells her that if you know anything about that helmeted man and can tell us, then we will be able to help. Shin opens the door a little and tells him that I had called in misunderstanding. I saw a man wearing a helmet going to a girl's house in the building opposite. I thought that the girl would be in danger. That's why I called the police, but later I came to know that the boy was the boyfriend of the same girl. When Han asks Shin about her parents, Shin again gets scared and closes the door. Tonight, when Shin is looking outside again, she finds out that the same person wearing a helmet lives in her building. Shin also finds out that he is a delivery man and has come to that building only a few days ago. The murder was also committed by a delivery man wearing a helmet. That is why the police was also checking all the delivery men. And now Han gives his assistant the task of investigating that delivery man living in Shin's building. Han's assistant enters his flat without a permit and starts investigating. This whole apartment was very strange. There were many such things in it, looking at which it seemed that the delivery man could also be a murderer. He himself was also a killer. He was in the house. That's why he calls Han immediately out of fear. It is revealed that the delivery man was hiding here and listening to all his conversations, and he attacks him and ties him up, after which he is unable to contact Han. Han also leaves in fear as he is unable to contact him. Whereas we see that now that man again wears a helmet and gets ready and leaves for his new victim. Shinko hears the sound of his footsteps. When she goes to the window and looks, this same boy with the helmet is again going to the building in front. She understood that her neighbor's life is in danger. She wanted to call the police to save him. But now the battery of her phone was also dead. She would never have gone out. But today, because she felt that she had to save someone's life, she picked up a knife and went out very scared. She goes to that building and enters the apartment of that girl, where that boy actually wanted to kill her neighbor by strangling her. It is revealed that this girl also has glasses that can see S-lines just like Shin. Because of these glasses, he came to know that this girl is cheating on him. That is why he was beating her. Shin arrived here just in time. But being afraid, she could not do anything to that boy with her knife. Instead, the same boy attacked Shin with the same knife. After wounding Shin, he was preparing to kill the same girl again. On the other hand, we see that Han comes to Shin's building to give cover to his assistant. But he gets confused seeing the door of Shin's house completely open and goes inside Shin's house. Inside, he sees a board from which he comes to know that Shin is also investigating something. He was still watching all this when he saw in the front window that a boy is murdering the girl living in the house in front, and Shin is trying to save her. Despite being injured, Shin showed courage and picked up his knife and stabbed the man's feet so that the man would leave the girl. In anger, the killer starts hitting Shin as well. But Han saves Shin and the girl's life by shooting him from Shin's house. After a while, the entire police team arrives here and they take the killer and the girl away from here. Han brings Shin out and gives her sunglasses. Looking at these sunglasses, she remembers that the killer had told her that she is able to see red lines because of these sunglasses. She does not tell this to Han. Han tells her that she should go to the hospital, to which Shin says, "No, I am absolutely fine." In the meantime, Han's niece Sion also comes here and asks her, "What are you doing here?" And Han asks Sion, "Do you know her?" Sion says, "Yes, she studied in my school. Then her mom and dad were murdered, after which she did not come to school." Well, after that, Han asks her, "What is going on in your school, and why are you getting these injury marks on your face? And why are you asking for so much money from me?" Sion says to him, "Why are you so worried about me today? If you don't give me the money, then you should let me know." Horn leaves from here, and now we are again shown Shin, who is now sitting on top of her apartment, and she had now decided that she will not stay locked inside the house, and just like she saved a person's life yesterday, she will save people's lives using this power of hers. She was thinking all this when she got a message from an unknown number in which she was told that just like you can see the S lines, I can also see them, and if you want to meet me, then you come to your school in the morning. The next day, we are now shown Sion in school, where her classmates started bullying her again. Yvonne herself wrote a love letter and kept it in Sion's cabin so that everyone can see it and make fun of it. Sion gets so angry with this act that she now overcomes her fear and attacks Haven. A fight starts between the two, and finally Peter Gazan comes and stops them. After which, she takes the letter from Levin's hand and tears it. After which she takes Sion to her office and explains to her that one should not get angry on every such thing. While going home, Sion sees a pair of glasses in her cabin which she picks up. When she goes home and looks in the mirror after putting on the glasses, she sees a line on her head, and it was quite strange. She was not able to understand the meaning of this line. When she goes outside, Haven was outside, and there were a lot of lines on his head, and seeing so many lines, she gets very angry. She got so scared that she screamed. Scared of the hand, she went out of the house. There she saw that everyone had lines on their heads, and the lines of some people who were walking together were connecting with each other, and here she understood that these lines were showing the physical relationship of the people. After realizing this, Sion became strangely happy. The next day, she went to school very happy, and now she was seeing lines on everyone's heads, which meant that she was seeing people's secrets. Even her enemy. 2 lines were passing over her head, and 1 line was meeting someone here. Sion followed that line and found out that Han was in a relationship with her own teacher, and she became very happy after knowing this, because now she knew Han's secret, and now she did not need to be bullied by Han. On the same day, it is shown that Shin also joined the school, and Gaejin, his class teacher, introduces him to the entire class. The scene cuts to Han, who is still investigating the same serial killer who was killed in a police encounter. Actually, he had found out that the serial killer always wore a pair of glasses, and he did not find those glasses in his belongings. He also finds out that the same serial killer was his niece Saeun's teacher earlier in the school. That is why he comes to the school to investigate. Eugene recognizes him as soon as she sees him and asks him if he has come to find Saeun. He replies that no, Saeun does not like me interfering in her life. I have come to investigate a case. He gives all the information to Eugene, but Eugene tells him that I do not know anything about this murder case because I have just come to this school and this city. The scene cuts to Shaun Shin and the girl who used to bully her, Yvonne. When Shaun still starts bullying her, Shaun holds her hand and says that now it is your turn to be scared. The fight between the two was still going on when Shin arrives and, holding Yvonne, she quickly takes her to the grill and hangs herself from the grill. Holding his tie, she says that if you do anything like this again or try to trouble me or Shaun, I will jump with you from here. This scares Han a lot, and she runs away from there. After she leaves, Shaun asks her, "Why did you help me? Did I ask you to help me?" Poor Shin gets confused. So Shaun now takes her with her. Now it is shown that Han went inside a bar. The same bar where the serial killer also used to go. When he investigates with the bartender tells that the man used to come here. He always used to wear glasses. But in this picture, he is not wearing glasses. His actions are also very strange. After drinking, he always used to count things above people's heads and keep laughing to himself, due to which he often used to get beaten up by people. The scene cuts, and we are shown Saeun and Shin who are going home together. Saeun tells Shin that I feel like running away from here. Yes, uncle does not take care of me at all. Hearing this, Shin sadly tells her that look, be thankful that you have someone whom you can call your own. I have no one. Saeun asks her whether your mom is still alive, and if she is, then she should have found you. Poor Shin gets sad and goes to her house. While it is shown that when Saeun was out in the market at night, she sees Han going towards a hotel. She follows him and finds out that it was their teacher who had come to meet them at the same hotel. She takes a picture of them together and sends it to Haewon to blackmail him. Haewon does not react to this picture and says that even if you show this picture to anyone, no one will say anything to me because I am underage. Our teacher will be punished. Hearing this, now Saeun sends this picture to the teacher and demands 20 million yen from him as blackmailing. On the other hand, it is shown that the sad Shin is still looking out of her window, where she sees a couple who had only one line on their heads and one was meeting both of them. They looked very happy together, whereas there were many other people here who had many lines on their heads. In the morning, we are shown the school scene, where the worried teacher goes to meet Haewon and tells him that some girl is blackmailing him. Haewon says no, it is our classmate Saeun who is blackmailing you. The teacher asked, how does she know all this? Did you tell her? Han says, I did not tell you, and now it is up to you whether you decide or not. I have nothing to do with it. Saeun intentionally gets closer to Han's friend so that Han gets angry and she succeeds in her mission. Han scolds her friend a lot. Shin was very confused seeing Saeun's attitude. She comes to the washroom and asks her what is going on in her mind. She now sees the same glasses with her which the serial killer also had that day. She tells Saeun that I have come to know that you can see S lines through these glasses. Saeun acted as if she was not able to understand what she was saying. Then Shin told her that I can also see the same S lines which you are seeing through these glasses. Saeun said, if this is the case, then tell me how many lines are there on my head? She said, you have a line on your head. Your uncle Han has a lot of lines on his head, and our teacher Doojuan has no lines on his head. Shin did not want Shaun to use these glasses anymore, but Shaun pulls the glasses off her. In the evening too, when Shaun and Shin are going home together, Shin tells Shaun the reason for her dad's death. She was just trying to make Shaun understand that these lines are very dangerous and should not be seen. Shaun does not listen to her this time too, and it is shown that Shaun goes to one's house with his friend at night. At the same time, she gets a message from the teacher that he has arranged for 20 million varn and she should come to school to collect it. Before going there, Seun takes Han's friend to a picture cabin, and while she is getting her picture taken, We see that Han comes there and steals her glasses from her bag because she had heard everything about the glasses between Siyun and Shin. When Siyun comes out after getting her picture taken, she does not find those glasses in her handbag. She asks the staff here and everywhere about those glasses. But when she does not find them, she calls Shin because she felt that Shin did not want her to use those glasses. Shin must have taken them. But Shin says, "What are you talking about? I don't know anything. I am at my home." She also asks him, "Where are you?" Siyun says that I am going to school. And saying this, she disconnects the call. Shin's heart started getting nervous. She felt that something bad is going to happen. That is why she immediately went to follow Siyun. She goes to the roof of the school, and her teacher is there. Sun asks him, "Where is my money?" The teacher starts crying and says that it is difficult for me to arrange such a huge amount. "I will give you the money, but please delete that picture first. I have a small family. I have a small son. If this thing gets out, I will be expelled from school, and then how will I raise my children?" He was still telling all this when his wife sent him the same picture. Seeing this, the teacher broke down and started lashing out at Sion that why did you send her the picture? Sion did not know what he was talking about. Anyway, it is shown that he picks up Sion and throws him down from the building in anger. Here, Shin, who is following Sion, sees someone falling down from the building and immediately understands that it is Sion. She helps him in time and brings him to the hospital. Siyun's condition had worsened due to such a big accident, but she was still alive. Soon Detective Han also arrives here and questions Shin that what happened to her, and "Why did you go to school so late at night?" Shin says, "I don't know. I just got a call from Sinan, and she told me that she is going to school. I felt at that time that she is in some trouble. I just went out to help her." Han asks, "What do you think?" Siyun has attempted suicide. To which Shin says no, she is not so weak that she can attempt suicide. It is revealed that now Siyun had gone into coma. The next day, when Shin goes to school alone, she finds out that both the school teacher and Han are not coming to school. Now Shin's classmate talks to Shin and says that I did not think that Siyun would ever commit suicide. She also says that I feel that this is a murder because ever since Sayan had an accident, Haewon, who bullies her, has not come to school, and the school teacher with whom Haewon was seen has also not come to school. Shin also understood that both of them must be behind this. Here is the staff room in the episode. We are shown that a new teacher gets the same glasses that were previously with Siyun. He gets confused after seeing these glasses. When he asks Eugene about these glasses, Gaijin tells him that these glasses do not belong to our staff. You can keep them if you want. As soon as the teacher wears those glasses, he also starts seeing red lines on everyone's heads, and he soon understands the meaning of these red lines. Meanwhile, Han also arrives to investigate Siyun's case. Gyojin tells Han that since the day Siyun had an accident, the girl Yvonne who used to bully her has also not come to school, and a teacher has also not come to school since that day. It is possible that both of them are behind this. Now Han shows her a picture of someone with Siyun and asks her, "Who is this?" Gaijin says that he is also our student, and she takes him to him. When Han investigates with this boy, he tells that we are good friends, and nothing more than that. On the day when we got our picture taken, some things were stolen from Zion's handbag. She got very upset to find them and left from there. Han returns to the police station and starts watching the CCTV footage of the place where those children got their picture taken and sees that Han had come there that day to steal those glasses from Zion's bag. Now in a footage of them all, Han also sees that Han was wearing the same glasses on his eyes. But till now, Han was not able to understand the secret behind these glasses. It is shown that the teacher who got those glasses today goes to his sister's house wearing the same glasses, and here he realizes that his sister's husband is cheating on his sister. Well, here the next day we are shown that the picture of Yvonne and that teacher which Sion had taken had gone viral in the entire school, and the one who made it viral was the teacher himself, who committed suicide after making that picture viral and wrote in the suicide note that he should not have gone close to Yvonne. By doing this, he has ruined his life, and now he has no right to live. Here Han is shown in the police station, where his seniors tell him that you should consider Sion's case as a suicide and close this case and work on other cases as well. But Han's heart was not believing that Sion can commit suicide. That is why he does not leave this case and comes to Sayon and Shin's school again. He picks up Shin and asks her that why don't you go to the hospital to meet Sayon? She is your good friend. Do you think she would have committed suicide? Hearing all this, Shin gets nervous and says that no, she would not have committed suicide, but Khan asks, but what? He says to her, look Shin, I have full faith in you. Did you go to save Sun that day? I don't doubt you at all. Whatever you want to say it openly. So Shin says, don't you know about those glasses? Confused, he asks which glasses, and what is there in those glasses that you are after them? Shin says, I will tell you later. But first you find those glasses and bring them. Now the next day it is shown that the teacher who had recently caught his brother-in-law cheating on his sister. He catches his brother-in-law red-handed in a hotel and then threatens him to go and tell the truth to my sister the next day, or else it will not be good. Actually, he was not good in hands either. He divorces his wife with the person with whom he was treating and also leaves his son. And seeing this, the teacher feels very sorry that he had gone to fix his sister's house. But he himself ruined her life. Well, when Ahan searches the house, he finds a diary of S-lines in which she had drawn S-lines and those glasses. When he questions Shin about these lines and drawings, Shin explains to him that the lines drawn in these drawings are called S-lines. She also tells him the mystery behind these lines and the glasses through which these lines can be seen. At first, Han does not believe her words. Then Shin tells him that I can see these lines since childhood, and I know that these lines are visible in those glasses. Han also thinks a bit and remembers that the glasses were common in the previous murder case and this case too, which he did not find. Han now started understanding her words a little. The scene cuts, and now we are shown a new character, Kim. He is an admin staff in Sion's school, and she wants to become an actress and always practices by booking a room in a hotel. We see that today Kim also had the same classes that everyone was looking for. We come to know that Shin is working in the same hotel where Kim had come this time. While on the other side, Han is shown in the police station who is still investigating Sun's case, but hiding from his seniors. Again, we are shown the scene of the hotel, where Shin's friends have also come. And when Kim comes there to book a hotel, her friends recognize Kim and say that it seems like they have seen her somewhere. Hey, she works in our school. Shin is unable to notice her glasses, but she definitely notices that till now there is only one line on her head. On the other side, we are shown Han, who is reading Shin's dad's murder case, and he comes to know that Shin's mother murdered her husband only after seeing the lines. That is, in the guest files, they also see Shin's drawing in which there were red lines, and this is how they understand that Shin was telling the truth. Now in the evening we see both Han and Shin in Sion's hospital. Han asks Shin if Sion had any lines on her head. Shin tells that there was a line on her head. Han asks that did you see with whom that line was connecting? Shin tells that it is not connecting with anyone in our circle. Han was asking such questions because he felt that any close friend of Sion can also attack her lethally. The song is cut, and we're shown that the next day when Shin is with her friend, she tells her everything about these lines, that I see some lines. The boy asks her if these lines are on my head too. Then Shin says no, these lines are not on my and our friend's head. Shin was surprised that this was the first boy who was agreeing to her so easily. She even asks him, do you trust my words? The boy says, yes I do, because I don't think you will lie for any reason. Now we are shown Han, to whom her clique asks, these days you are not going anywhere, that you have lost interest in girls. Han blushes at her words, and Gaejin comes to his mind. He tells her that he likes Gaejin, but he does not want to do anything wrong with Gaejin. The scene cuts, and we are again shown Kim, who always used to come to Shin's hotel for practice. Here she also gets to know a secret, that she used to watch couples in the room next to hers on the pretext of practice, and today she sees that in this room none other than her favorite music teacher had come, with whom she used to dream of marrying. With the help of the S glasses she has, she also sees that there is a single S line on the head of the music teacher, which is connecting him to the same girl. Which means that both of them were very loyal to each other. And seeing this, Kim is very broken. After that, Kim starts coming to this hotel every day because she wanted to stay with the music teacher. And as soon as the music teacher comes to this hotel after waiting for many days, she attacks his partner on the head and makes him unconscious and forcibly enters the music teacher's room and starts forcing herself on him. When the music teacher tries to escape from her clutches, she attacks him on the head and lies down beside him. She keeps talking to him until she sees that the blood coming out of the music teacher's head had spread all over the bed. And now the music teacher was not talking at all. He was not even breathing, which means he was dead. Seeing this, she is broken and finally goes to the washroom and gives up her life in the bathtub. Here Shin, who is taking a round of this hotel, finds the girl who is tied up by Kim. While rescuing her, she asks, "Which room did you book?" When she goes to that room, she sees the dead body of the music teacher and Kim there and immediately informs the police. Han also came to investigate this case. Here he finds all the things, but he does not find the glasses anywhere which were related to all the previous cases. Han asks Shin how many lines Kim had. She tells that Kim had only one line which was not connected to the music teacher. But she tells a shocking thing that Kim's glasses were exactly like the glasses we are looking for. After some time, Han goes to the washroom thinking something and empties the bathtub, and finally, he finds the glasses inside the bathtub. He finds the glasses. He wears them to know the truth about these glasses and gets scared after seeing a lot of lines on his head. After this, he takes these glasses and goes to Sion. He sees a line on Sion's head and thinks how wrong he did to Sion. Sion always wanted to get attached to him, but he never paid attention to Sion. After this, Han goes to the office. There he sees 2 lines on his friend's head, and he asks him whether he had any girlfriend before marriage. When he answers yes, now Han is more than 200% sure that these glasses tell the truth. Meanwhile, a girl from Sion's school comes here to file a report. She tells that her partner had abused her a lot. As soon as this thought comes to Han's mind, something else starts happening, and he goes to Sion with his friend. But he sees that Sion's boss's line was not matching with him either, which means that whoever had physical relations with Sion was not him. Here we see Shin, who is planning his birthday with his friends over text. Then he gets a message from someone. He tells that his birthday is also on the same day as Shin's. He was also wishing Shin a happy birthday in advance. That means he knew a lot about Shin, and he also tells Shin that just like you can see the lions, I can also see the lions. Shin was surprised that who was that person who knew so much about Shin and was not even coming in front of Shin. Here in the police station, we are shown the classmate of Shin and Sion who was molested. When the detective questions him, he tells the detective that the one who molested me is none other than my own friend. I used to go with him to make music, and that day too I went to his apartment on my own will because I did not know that he is such a bad person. He made me drink something by mixing it in my drink, and after that he came close to me, and I came to know about this later. Here the detective asks the girl, "Did you have any such friend or such relationship before?" To which the girl says no. Han, who is watching all this from outside, is surprised to see 4 lines on the girl's head, and he also recognizes that this girl is lying. After this, Han goes to Sion's school again to investigate this case, where he first meets Gazan. With the help of the glasses worn in his eyes, he sees that there was not a single line on Gazan's head, that she was the purest girl. Now, after taking permission from Gazan, he starts investigating the boy against whom the complaint had come. Han sees that there was only 1 line on his head, but he was clearly denying that he did not do anything wrong with his music partner. When Han comes out of the school after doing all the investigation, Shin's eyes fall on him, and Shin looks at him angrily. Han understood that Shin is looking at him angrily because he did not tell Shin about finding the glasses. Now Shin goes to Han and asks for these glasses from him. Han says that these glasses are evidence. I cannot give it to you. So Shin says, is it okay to wear evidence like this? Han says, yes, I am doing a lot of work with the help of these glasses. During this conversation between these two, Gaejin comes here and asks him if everything is okay. So Han tells him that Shin is his neighbor. On hearing this, Shin leaves from here, but Gaejin asks Han about lunch. This was very unexpected for Han. He got confused and said, I will tell you later. Saying this, he went away, and Yajin kept smiling, looking at him from behind. We were shown Han through her eyes, and many red lines were shown on his head, which means we came to know that Yajin can also see S-lines in this world. That means Shin is not the only one in this world who can see S-lines. In the police station, we are shown Han, who is still investigating the case of the same girl. Her S-line was not matching with the boy on whom she was accusing, so Han understood that this case is false, and he closes this case by accusing the girl of lying. At night, Shin and Han talk to each other. Then Han again tells Shin about his class fellow. He says, "I am not able to understand why that girl wants to trap her own friend." However, there are 4 lines on his head. Here Shin tells him that the girl, "I am not lying. Someone has really molested her, because a week ago she did not have a single line on her head, and then suddenly she had 4. If she had an affair with someone, her lines would have increased one by one." Khan also gets into thinking and gets the score reopened. Here we see Shin in the hotel, where his friend comes to meet him, and seeing the darkness, he gets scared, as if he is a child. Shin finds him very cute at this time. Shin also started loving him a lot because this boy was the first person with whom she became so close. There was no mom or dad in her life except this boy. Well, here we are shown Han, who after getting it reopened calls the same boy again on whom the girl had accused. That boy was still saying that I did not do anything to that girl. So, now Han asks him what exactly happened that day. "Tell me this." The boy tells that we both were partying that day, and the girl had drunk too much whiskey. After drinking the whole bottle, she was asking for more, for which I went to a shop near my hostel to get it. Han calls for the CCTV footage of that shop, and sees that on the same day, 4 more boys were also coming out of the same shop. Among them, one girl did not have any streak on her head at first. But after some time when they passed in front of the same shop, there was a streak on her head. He counts the streaks of the other 3 boys too, and after coming back from that hostel, he sees that the streaks of all of them were increasing, which meant that these 4 had done something with that girl. To investigate these 4, he comes to the school, and in the school, Shin also sees that all the 4 boys study in the same school, and the streaks of all the 4 are matching with that girl. She was about to call Han and tell all this when Han came in front of her. These people start investigating those 4. But no evidence was found against those 4. Then Han sees that the boy who had one line was a little nervous. Taking advantage of his nervousness, Han starts blackmailing him and finally gets the whole truth out of his mouth. He tells that the whole planning was done by one of their friends. He had mixed some drugs inside their drink bottle, after which the girl fainted, and then these 4 took advantage of her. The one who made the plan was actually the same boy on whom the girl trusted a lot, and that boy had taken money from these boys. Now, because Han had evidence against that boy, in this way that boy also gets punished. The scene cuts, and we are shown that Han had gone to the hospital to meet his dad, who was in the hospital for a long time. But here the hospital staff tells him that someone has taken him away some time ago. Han gets worried and sees the CCTV footage of the hospital. Then he comes to know that it was Gajan who took his dad from here. He gets scared thinking about what Gajan wants to do with him. He immediately thinks of Sion and wants that Gajan should not harm Sion also. That is why he immediately comes to Sion. But Sion was lying on her bed at this time. Han notices that the line on Sion's head had also started moving, which meant that whoever had wronged Sion was coming here. Han quickly takes out the pistol from his pocket. He had pointed the pistol at the gate, and just then the gate opens and his father comes here. Seeing him, he gets upset and breaks down with grief. He understood that a great injustice had been done to Sion. His dad was not a human being, but a demon. And perhaps this is what Sion always wanted to tell him, but he never listened. Knowing the truth, he gets so angry with his dad that he himself starts beating his dad but leaves him before he dies. Now the scene cuts and we see Shin, who calls Horn, who is covered in blood, and Horn leaves in distress. Meanwhile, the scene cuts and we are shown a new character in a coffee shop on the other side. A wrong video of this girl went viral, due to which everyone was abusing her. She gets very upset and finally thinks of taking her own life. Before that, she dies on the road. Kyung-jin saves her from dying and talks to her. She explains to her that dying is not the solution to these problems, and also gives her the glasses through which she can see the S-lines. And here the twist in the story is that there was not only one, but many glasses in this world. And these glasses were kept in this world by the god of war. The one who brought her to the city was none other than Catchy. The scene cuts, and we're shown a little flashback which shows why Shin's hands were full of blood. Shin was very excited today. It was her 18th birthday. That's why she calls her friend to the hotel. Both of them are very happy spending time together. After leaving the hotel, the boy goes to bring cake for Shin, and Shin looks in the mirror and sees that now a line has appeared on her head too. In no time, the line on her head disappears, and she hears a loud scream. She turns back and sees that the boy who is dear to her the most, the same boy, is killed in a construction accident, and her world breaks down again. She now leaves from here and sits at a place and starts crying bitterly. She was sitting in Derry Sammy at this time when she receives a video from an unknown number in which her classmate was tied up in the school. Seeing this, she called Han in fear. Han comes to pick her up, and first of all he questions her about Shaun's line. He asks, "Did you already know with whom Shaun's line matches?" Shin says no. Now Shin shows her the video which he got from an unknown number. Seeing this, Han quickly drives towards the school, and there they also meet that girl. Shin also told Han that whoever it is, his messages were coming to him for a long time, and he claimed that he can also see S-lines. Shin tells that if we definitely go to the school, we will also find out about the person who is distributing those glasses with S-lines in the whole city. Well, here it is shown that soon Shin finds his friend whom she frees. She asks him who brought you here, but this girl did not remember anything. That girl now asks Shin, "Why are your hands filled with blood?" Shin says, "I will tell you all this later." They leave from here and now start looking for Han. Although Han was also in the same school, neither could they hear Han's voice, nor could they see Han. Shin and his boys also try to get out of here, but after roaming around again and again they come to the same stairs from where they were going down. Shin understands that they are stuck in a loop. Now, since they could not go down, Shin decides to go to the roof, and it is shown that Han also went to the roof. It is shown that even after both of them go to the roof, they do not see Han because Han did not reach the roof through the stairs but was teleported to another world, and after being teleported to this world, we will know the twist of this whole story. Going to this world, Han sees that there are many people here who consider a lady as their god. Here in the real world, Apashish was telling her real friend about her truth and her powers. That is, she was telling about her ass lines. So that girl shows him the glasses that were given to her by Gazan. That is, given by her teacher. And she tells that even after wearing these, I can see all the ass lines that you can see. Shin gets shocked to hear this. And now we are finally shown Gazan in the other world, who had a lot of ass lines on his head which he had kept hidden from the world with his powers. Han gets very confused after seeing him, and we come to know that Gazan is the one who can see the ass lines and can also give them to someone, and all these people are only followers of Gazan. Here Gazan comes in front of everyone and removes the cloth from a table and shows that Han's dad was on it. She wanted to punish Han's dad through all these people because he had done a lot of wrong to his own granddaughter Sien. Han wanted to try to save his dad, but he could not take even a single step forward. At that time, he takes out his pistol and fires at Gajin. But in this world, Dujing cannot die. Now the scene cuts, and we are shown in the world that Shin and that girl were fighting over the glasses which Shin had snatched. And before the other girl could take it, Shin drops those glasses and breaks them by kicking them, due to which her friends also regain consciousness. That is, they come out of Gajin's control. As soon as this happens, we see that Shin was also teleported to the same other world where Han was. She was very surprised and upset to see that Gajin was also there and was killing Han. Seeing Shin here, Kajan leaves Han and moves towards her and tells her lovingly that the power which you have considered a curse all your life was a gift for you. Shin says no. What kind of gift is this because of which my family, my friends, everyone was taken away from me? Kajan tells her here that I want to give these lines to the whole world. But I am not able to do so because my powers are not enough for this. But now that you have come, I can complete this work through your powers. Shin did not want anyone to see these lines. But she was not able to understand what Gajin was going to do with her now. All the people who follow Gajin form a circle around Shin, and Gajin tries to attack Shin with a knife. But then someone comes between them. Shin sees that it was her mother who had taken her knife on herself. Here she lovingly tells Shin that the guilt you were living with your whole life was not yours. I did not kill your dad because of the drawing you made, but I also got those glasses through which S-lines can be seen, and I killed your dad by looking at them. He came to know that these glasses were also given to his mother by Gajin. So Shin gets angry, and she moves towards Gajin to kill him. But before that, Gajin catches her and stabs her. After which she starts doing the ritual on him and blows him up in the air. The blood coming out from Shin creates a lot of red S-lines here, and then there is an explosion of these red lines, and these red lines spread all over the world. As soon as this happens, Shin falls down. Abin gets up and in anger takes out Gajin's knife from her stomach and stabs Gajin. So even while dying, Gajin laughs and says that now there is no use of this. What I wanted has been fulfilled. Now people of the whole world will be able to see these red lines. Saying this, she dies, and after her death, all the people who were considering Gajin as their god come out of his magical effect. Along with this, Han and Shin also teleport back to the real world, where now those red lines were spread all over the sky. All the people were now able to see these red S-lines. Ocean's friend gets very scared after seeing so many red lines on Han's head. Here, the people of the world are not able to understand the meaning of these lines at first, and as soon as they understand, they start fighting among themselves. Many people's relationships also broke. Now we're shown the world after 1 year, where the people of the world started hiding their identity to hide their deeds. Some people used to wear helmets all the time, and some people used masks. It is revealed that Shin had also become completely fine, and Han had started taking care of her more than ever. He used to pick and drop her every day, and due to this, Sion used to get very annoyed with him because due to the many S-lines on Han's head, people used to stare at him. Well, now finally our main character Shin is shown, who is already very confident and is surviving alone in this world. When she is leaving from school, suddenly someone comes in her ear and calls her name. It was Gajin, hearing which Shin was shocked, meaning Gajin was still alive, and this season ends here showing him.